Hello crochet friends and welcome to G Crochet Off the Hook. I'm G, Geraldine, sharing my love of crochet through my crochet adventures. I have a few makes to share with you all today and I'm going to get cracking because we do have some very strong gale force winds outside and it has started knocking electricity off in various parts, so I better just get this sorted, otherwise my video for this week may not get done. So let's jump off with my corner to corner square that I completed. This is a house blanket with houses, corner to corner crochet along with repeat craft to me, and our square for this month, September, was the tree house. I was very grateful not to have too many windows to complete this time round. All the yarn that I used again is from Al Yarn's charity range. They have a lot of wonderful colors to use for projects like this. I'm using a 4.5mm hook and my squares at the moment are all about 30 by 30 centimeters. And since we only have 3 more months left to go, I'm going to very quickly remind us of the squares that came before. So working backwards to January, this is our tree house. Last month we had our schoolhouse. We had the lighthouse. We had the beach house. There was a camper van. We had the barn, some very luxurious yarny real estate with a castle, and the month of love we had this gorgeous birdhouse, and we started off in January with this winter cabin. Now it's really time to start deciding how am I wanting to use these squares, because I'm not quite sure if I want to put them in a complete blanket together or try some of the other variations that are on Repeat Craft Me's blog, where she's used at least 3 of these other squares. I think it's the Halloween square and the Christmas square, and she's actually used these squares as a centerpiece and then built a blanket around it. So anyway, thinking cap on, and I'll continue to mull over how I'm going to put those together. Bearing in mind she may also give suggestions on how all these squares are being put together. Next is a crochet along with Lynn from Lynn Penguin's Creations, and that is the Greatest Pumpkin Cow. And week 2's pumpkin was the wheat stitch, and I made 2 of these using these are actually yarn ends from the corner to corner squares that I was making. As these, you always land up with little bits, odd pieces, so I did just crochet until it was finished and then added another color, and I crocheted the little stem. And then I also made one out of a variegated yarn called Mandarin Duck. And this was a beautiful color that came with this one. Hot glued in a cinnamon stick and some twine to give it a little twist on the side there. And I am sending Lynn healing hugs. And she will be with us shortly to let us know what week 3's fun crochet pumpkin will be. So that's the crochet along, the Greatest Pumpkin with Lynn. Then another make that I did get to finish, which is a pattern that was shared by us by Craftably Ever After, Cassandra, and that's the travel bear. Unfortunately, I am not able to travel anywhere right now, so this little bear is visiting the craft room, but I did manage to complete him. And she can't wait to get out into the wild and take 1 or 2 pictures of what we have in our local vicinity. So that's my little travel bear. Love this vest. There's his little tail, and adorable, adorable. And I think on Sunday, Cassandra did also share a new teddy bear idea. So hop on over there and have a look. I did watch the video, but I didn't take down any notes. Sometimes I do that and I go back and rewatch and then take down some notes. But that is Craftfully Ever After, and the travel bear is already available on her blog. So if you'd like to join along, can't wait to see all the pictures that pop up from all around the world. Then onto my 2 makes that have slowly but surely come together, and I'm quite pleased because this is a pattern stash buster as well. And that was me completing Rusty the Lion, which is a pattern by Sarah D. Crochet. I've done quite a few of her loveys in the past, and I hadn't quite got round to making this one, and at last I have. Again, I used Yarn's Charity. I used a 4mm hook for the lovey portion and a 2.5mm hook for the amigurumi portion, which is the head and the arms. Isn't he just quite dapper? I used a variegated color called Brown Fox for the mane and also in the squares that I made. And there's the lovey. The lighting won't be as awesome right now, but I used a mulberry, basil, gravel, cacao, and then the brown fox. And you get to make these little balls that you crochet on, so they don't have to be sewed on. And there you have this gorgeous little snuggle, cuddle, playtime lovey. I've made so many loveys over the years. It's just a fun way to actually make a small blanket project and add some amigurumi to it. So that was Rusty the Lion. While I was busy making Rusty the Lion, I had some gorgeous hexagon pieces that I had made, and these hexagons are all available by a tutorial from Jill at Gumleaf Crochet and Farming. And oftentimes I have mentioned in a previous vlog that I do oftentimes do sample squares, keep them, I have a pile of them, and with a note of where or what we did with them, and then save them for myself to use in a specific project. Now I did have this rattle. I think you might be able to hear it. This was an elephant that I was making for somebody, but they didn't quite like it in the end. It's made from Yarn's Pure Gold, and it was meant to be a rattler. So anyway, all this work on this beautiful little rattler head with a little rattler inside. And as I was completing Rusty, I thought to myself, you know what, those hexies that I did, if I could join them in a manner to create a lovey, what a beautiful way to have so many. I think there's 9 different variations of doing hexagons, and I did put a reel or something up where I do show all the different hexies that we did, and I'm going to plonk this elephant upside down right now. But just from those 9 samples that I did with the lovely company from Jill, as she takes us through each one of these hexies is done differently. They all have a very unique center, and then She also explains how you can join them, borders to put on them. I mean, just the creativity is endless, and you have a tutorial to walk you through all of those. So I laid them out and I created this shape. And as I crocheted them together and did the round, I added in the elephant's little tail. And I had just finished Rusty, so I used the little ball, and ta-da! We had a new little snuggle, cuddle, playtime lovey for someone to enjoy. And that was a lot of fun. And that's about it for today, folks. So I think that was quite short and sweet. And hopefully I can get this up real soon. I am working on wanting to share my adventures into crocheting mosaic pieces. I think in that one I might land up waffling away too much. But hopefully you'll join me for that crochet adventure as well. Wherever you are in the world, take care, stay safe, and I wish you a lot of happy crochet. Bye for now.